Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Football Insights, where we talk about football related issues concerning transfers, player profile, and other football matters. So, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you click on the subscribe button, you press the post notification bell so that anytime we upload, you'll be the first person to receive it. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms on IG, on TikTok, and then on X. Follow us, all the links are in the description. Go and click on the link and then follow us. Make sure you like all our videos. That's our latest video. The Champions League review, the Tuesday review is out. It is there. Go and watch it. Please share it. Please like it for us. Subscribe to the channel too. This is your Champions League Wednesday review. Mind you, I gave you the Tuesday review yesterday. It has been uploaded. This is the Wednesday review. So many surprises. So many matches went on. So many matches went on in the Champions League. Shock after shock. Teams failing to qualify. Some teams losing, and then a whole lot of things. Barcelona lost, a whole lot of pressure on XAVI and all of that. So let's get straight into the video. So we start with RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig played home. That was the early kickoff. RB Leipzig winning 2-1 against Young Boys. Young Boys basically didn't have anything to play for. Of course, they didn't basically have anything to play off because the team that is under them, that is Royal Antwerp, are not doing much just to give them pressure for the Europa League spot. So they lost against RB Leipzig by 2-1. Coley scoring the goal for a Young Boys. Coley, I don't know whether he has a Ghanaian blood in him, but then Coley is somewhere a Ghanaian in Ghana, but I don't know whether he has a Ghanaian blood in him. So Coley scoring the goal for Young Boys. Benjamin Sesko, the Sesko man, the beast. Sesko is a very fine player that I think with time he will basically rise up. He will rise up to the occasion, rise up and then become some striker like the Haalands, those strikers on the European continent. If injuries doesn't worry him because he is starting to get one or two injuries. So Benjamin Sesko also scored a goal for RB Leipzig. Emil Forsberg, Emil Forsberg, a very senior player in RB Leipzig. He has been playing RB Leipzig for about 7 to 8 years. So Emil Forsberg also scored for RB Leipzig. They won against Young Boys 2-1. Let's move to Manchester City. Manchester City also won by 3-2 against Red Star Belgrade in Serbia. They played away from home in Serbia. And then this particular match, when the lineup came, a whole lot of people had issues about this particular lineup because people had already bet for Manchester City. Their money was on Manchester City's back just for Manchester City to win. But then the lineup that came, the young boys, the academy boys that Pep Guardiola started, mine Boston, bro. If me personally, I went to the app and then I started to see one or two lineups from one or two names, from Manchester City, and then their money was very, 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 very high. So I was like, no, bro, this is not right. This is not right. But then, of course, the kits that were put in place, that were started by Pep Guardiola, rise up to the occasion. First goal was scored by Hamilton. Hamilton is an academy boy from Manchester City Academy. He scored a very brilliant goal. His goal was just like Doku. His footwork is just like Doku. So Hamilton scored a brilliant goal. It had one or two VAR confrontation, but then still it was a goal. And then Bob, man, his name is funny, but Bob also scored for Manchester City. He was also an academy boy. He's also a forward. So Bob also scored for Manchester City. His goal was, a very simple goal. He got the ball and then very, 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 very massive shout out to Hamilton. Massive shout out to Hamilton. Hamilton he tried his possible best to push the Red Star Belgrade defenders to one particular angle, and then Bob was able to penetrate through, and then it was a very compact, a very simple goal from Bob. So very, very, very good for them. At least it has something, it is adding something to their game. Rico Lewis, Bob, and then Hamilton, they all played well, really, really, really well, really good guys. So Kevin Phillips, also very happy for Kevin Phillips. He also scored in the 85th minute. The rest of the goal was also scored by Katai came in, or Katia. Is it Katia or Katai came in very late, and then he scored 90+1, and then one also scored for West Ham. And then Osman Bukhari, I don't know what Bukhari was doing. Bukhari could just get the ball. just run, and then he wouldn't have anything to do with the ball. Bukari can just run and then leave the ball just like that. I don't know what is wrong with Bukari. Osman Bukari, the speed man. Why are you doing that, man? When you get the ball, be very confident on the ball. Wait, at least. You have to be patient on the ball. Don't just rush. Osman Bukari, you are the speed man. You have speed and all of that. At least wait small. Osman Bukari. And I honestly, I wasn't impressed by his performance yesterday because he can get the ball, run, and then leave the ball just like that. And then the pitch too was, I don't know how, but the pitch too was so wet. I don't know why. But the Manchester City won by 3 goals to 2. They have qualified. Very, 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 very brilliant. Campaign, Champions League campaign for them. They are the defending champions, so of course you expect them to do something. You expect them to do more things in the Champions League. Celtic also won by 2 goals to 1 against FC Feyenoord in Glasgow. Glasgow Celtic in Scotland. Goal was scored by Palmer. That was the first goal by Palmer, and then Minter responded. Minter responded for Feyenoord, and then very, 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 very late goal, 90+1 minutes goal was also scored, and then Celtic won by 2 goals to 1. Celtic, they haven't been the team that you want, your ideal team that you want, but at least when they come to the Champions League, they prove that yes, they also have something in them that they can prove. So the Rangers and his boys, very, very, very happy for them. Celtic won by 2 goals to 1. Let's quickly move to Porto. FC Porto also winning 5 goals to 3 against Shakhtar Donetsk. The goal was scored by GELENO. GELENO scored brace. GELENO scored first goal in the 9th minute, in the 42nd minute, 43rd minute. GELENO also scored. Mendy Tereni scored a very fantastic goal. Massive goal by Mendy Tereni. Pepe, the Pepe also scored for, very, very happy for Pepe, man. Very happy for Pepe. Pepe also scored for FC Porto, the Porto. And then, of course, Francesco Conceição also scored the last minute goal for Porto. So FC Porto won by 5 goals to 3 as against Shakhtar Donetsk. Sikan also scored for Shakhtar Donetsk. Sikan, and then Eustáquio also scored an own goal, and that was a very, 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 I don't know what he was thinking about, but an own goal, a silly own goal by Eustáquio, and then Eguanido also scored for Shakhtar Donetsk. So Shakhtar Donetsk, at least they did well in the group stage of Porto, FC Barcelona. They did really, really well. I don't blame them, but Shakhtar Donetsk are playing away from home. They're not playing at their backyard. That is Ukraine. They are playing at Hamburg, Germany. So they did well. And Shakhtar Donetsk did really well. But Porto, GELENO, and then his boys, GELENO has been very brilliant for FC Porto in this Champions League campaign, in this Champions League group stage. It has been very brilliant for them. I don't know whether he's going to continue. If he continues like this, he will become a player like Luis Diaz, those players. So GELENO is a very, very, very good player, great player. GELENO, Mendy Tereni, Pepe, Conceição, they are all great players. So 5-3 against Shakhtar Donetsk. Atletico Madrid also won by 2 goals to 0. Goal scored by Griezmann, and then Samuel Lino, the Lino boy. Samuel Lino also scored in the 51st minute as against Lazio. Lazio Roma, but Lazio has qualified though. But then Atletico Madrid, prof. Very, 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 very great guys out there. They are playing for themselves. They suffer for themselves. They run for each other. They run for the coach. They play for the coach. When you are playing for Simeone, he demands the maximum. Simeone demands the maximum. Coaches like Simeone, coaches like club coaches like Conte, they demand the topmost performance. So Atletico Madrid, I'm not surprised that they are performing to this particular level. They have won 20 games, consecutive 20 games in their backyard, in the Civitas Metropolitanos Stadium. So Atletico Madrid are very, 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 very a tough side to play against. Very, very massive shout out to them. Griezmann, Samuel Lino, and Marcos Llorente, those great guys, Soyuncu, their goalkeeper, Oblak, very great guys, Morata, brilliant players they out there, So Atletico Madrid are really, really, really performing very, 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 very well. Massive shout outs to them, man. That was a top performance by Atletico Madrid in the group stage, Barcelona, this is where the Jews are. Barcelona lost against Royal Antwerp in Antwerp in Belgium, 3 goals to 2 as against Barcelona. The Barcelona goal was scored by Ferran Torres and then Mark Green. This guy always feel so difficult to mention this guy's name. I don't know whether to pronounce it Gueyi or Gun or Agun of Beast of New Nation. So Mark Gun also scored for Barcelona. Very young kid. He has been performing at least to his level. He is doing well for Barcelona. Robert Lewandowski was shambles, shambolic performance by Robert Lewandowski. I don't know what is happening to him, but then shambolic performance by Robert Lewandowski. The Royal Antwerp goal was also scored by Jason, and then Vermaelen. Vermaelen is he's starting to gain some momentum out there. And then the last minute goal was also scored by this name is very difficult to mention. You can see the name there, very difficult to mention. Let me try and see if I can mention the name. Elini Kena. Ilinkena. What a name, Ilinkena. So as you can see, the name very tough to mention the name. But then Royal Antwerp, won by 3-2 against Barcelona, very shambolic. And then after this match, the day after the match, so many news are popping out. So many news. When you look at news reported from Diario Sports and Mundo Deportivo and Gerard Romero, I don't like this guy because I feel this guy is he's riding with the controversies. But then I wouldn't be surprised. He has very great connection. He has very great news. He has very great sources in Barcelona. So Gerard Romero and then the other guys are reporting that there was a little bit of confrontation between Xavi and the sporting director Deco. But Deco has a problem with Deco. Deco, leave the job for Xavi. Xavi is the coach. There are problems in Xavi, in Xavi's coaching. I have no doubt about that. But then this particular game, even though the money involved, that was around 2.2 to 3 million euros were at stake. So Barcelona give them the money because they are financial situation right now. They give them the money most, but then you have to consider everything and then his voice too. Because if this game, he's not playing this game for anything. Trust me, he's not playing this game for anything. But if Xavi is to play his big players, his top players, and then so to speak, when injuries come, what are you going to say? Injuries come, and in the next games Xavi loses. What are you going to say? We're going to still blame Xavi. So it is right that he bench his big boys, he bench his key players, and then play the young kids. He has qualified, he will be the first. So what is 2 to 3 million to Barcelona? Bro, let's be real. What is 2 to 3 million for Barcelona? And then you have Deco, the sporting director, stepping in. Bro, if you want to coach, let's come and coach. You are a sporting director for God's sake. You are not a coach. Leave the coach to do his job. But then, no doubt about that, Xavi has some, problems in his coaching, in his approaches, and all of that. The Barcelona fans are not happy. But then, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Leave the coach to job. Leave the coach to work. AC Milan also won by 2-1 against, Newcastle. Newcastle are very disappointed. I was very disappointed in Newcastle when they lost home and away against Dortmund. 2-1 against Newcastle. The goal scored by Christian Pulisic, Samuel Chukwueze, then Joe Linton also scored a goal for Newcastle. I'm very furious with Newcastle. Let's move on. PSG also drew against BVB Dortmund. In Signal Iduna Park. What a park! What a stadium! But PSG did really well, but then they didn't live up to expectation. Imagine Newcastle won. What would have happened? PSG would have relegated to the Europa League. Unacceptable. So Luis Enrique, step up. Luis Enrique, step up. There is no time off. The opponent that you'll be meeting, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Arsenal, 12 teams, step up because you have been given the materials. Bradley Bakola, Randall Kolomwani, what is the name? Kim Lee, or is it Kim Lee? Very good guys. You have the materials, bro. Gonzalo Ramos, you have the materials. So step up. Step up. You have Vitinha, all those guys, Manuel Ugarte, all those guys. Now, one guy deserves some applause here. Zayn Emery deserves a very great applause. That was the top strike by Zayn Emery. This guy is a very young kid. very young, but then he's playing up to expectation. Zin Emery, massive shout out to you. Karina Adeyemi also scored for BBB Dortmund. Let's quickly move to the teams that have brought to the Europa League. We have Galatasaray, very shocking. Alshi Lons, Braga, Benfica, Feyenoord, AC Milan, Young Boys, and Shakhtar Donetsk. I think AC Milan, Benfica, and then if I am to pick a team, Shakhtar Donetsk, they can do very well. They can do really well in the Europa League, even though the Europa League is not easy. Let's look at the teams that have qualified. Let's look at the teams that have qualified. Real Madrid has qualified. Manchester City have qualified. RB Leipzig has also qualified. FC Porto has also qualified. Lazio has also qualified. Dortmund, PSG has also qualified. Arsenal has also qualified. Very. Barcelona has also qualified. So very great teams. The teams have qualified for the Champions League round of 16. You have Napoli, you have PSG, and then you have Real Sociedad, you have Bayern Munich, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, FC Copenhagen, Inter Milan. So very great teams. Very great teams. Let's quickly move to player of the week. We have Ruselu the Seluman, we have Angel Di Maria of Benfica, Samuel Lino of Atletico Madrid, Lino the Lino boy, GELENO of Porto. Quickly, I think, if I am to pick a player who can win this particular award, it is going to be between GELENO and the Di Maria. So let's see who they will give the player of the week award to. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what happened in the Champions League Wednesday review. Champions League Wednesday, very top teams played in the Champions League. We are going to the round of 16. Let's see the draw that will come, and then when the draw comes, we will give you the reaction of the draw. Thank you so much for your time. Click the subscribe button, press the post notification bell so that anytime we upload, you'll be the first person to receive it. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Thank you so much for your time. Peace.